Hello and welcome to Knowledge by Nature. In today's video, we're going to go through what we are using for 5th grade. So if you're interested, be sure and stick around. All right, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I am a homeschool mom to a 5th grader. We love all things books, homeschool, and sharing our journey with you. And if that is something that you're interested in, I would love if you consider hitting that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. So I have quite the spread of things this year, and it's honestly really hard to believe that we are even in 5th grade. Wow, time flies. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kind of separate these things and we're gonna go through them by subjects. I'm really hoping that I made some good choices this year. Some of them are tried and true and some of them are a little bit new. So let's dive in. All right, the first thing that we're going to start with is math, because if you have been following me for very long, I don't feel like this is a big shocker on what we're using. So we are continuing on with our dimensions math 5A, 5B. The one big difference I did is I spiraled the textbooks this year, and I'm already going to tell you that was a great choice. I'm really glad that I did that. This is the last year of this particular version of dimensions. So next year, I really am not sure what is going to happen, but this year it was just kind of a no-brainer of, this is tried and true. It works great for us. So we are continuing on with 5A and 5B for our 5th grade year. Really quickly, I do want to let you know that this was gifted to us. Dimensions Math sent us all of this year, which is super appreciative. I enjoy this so much, but I did want to let you know, and I paid to get the binding done, but they did send us all of the books this year. But like I have said, we have used this pretty much since kindergarten. Huge hit for our family, but I did want to let you know that they did provide that for us. Now, while Dimensions is our core curriculum for math, I am going to add in 2 more resources, one of which we've been working through for many years now, and this is Life of Fred. This is something we enjoy to do. We unfortunately didn't get to do it a lot last year just because of changes in life, but we will continue this. We did one over the summer, and we're going to start our goldfish for 5th grade. And something that we're going to be doing once a week is financial literacy, and I found this through Evan Moore. Now, anything that I don't have a flip through on, you can be watching. Be sure and you subscribe, and you can be watching for flip throughs on these, because a lot of them I might not have a flip through on because I wanted to do my review first. All right, now let's go ahead and jump into geography. So this is one that we started last year, and we're going to continue to finish it. Now, we should finish it this year. The way the pacing worked for us is we spread this out over 2 years. So this will finish up this year, but we're doing American history. So it really worked perfect because we spread our American history out for 2 years as well. So our 50 states from Knotgrass will get finished over this year, and I do have a flip through on this if you want to see more inside of it. Up next for our history, some of this you have already seen. For instance, our Learning American History Through Literature. This is my main resource on how I split up the year. So we are going to be continuing. We finished up the American Revolution, and we're going to be continuing through. We use other resources such as history pockets. And then I received this book right here from a friend, and this starts at chapter 12, kind of where we're going to be starting. So we are working with going west, and so I'm going to use this resource as well as other resources, but this is our main things that we will be using for history and geography. Something completely new to us this year is going to be Latin. So I looked at quite a few different curriculums, tried to decide what I thought was going to be the best for us, and this is the one that I ended up landing on. So this is Latin for Children, Primer A, and this is by Classical Academic Press. So I am hoping that we like this. Language is something that we have not really found a good groove with, so I'm hoping that this is something that we will do and it will work for us. And so this is for our 5th grade year, and this is Latin. Up next are a few little extra resources that I'm going to use, and this is mainly going to be combined during our morning time where we're learning all different poems and things like that. We are working through Dude, That's Rude. This is just a really fun little book on kind of learning about some manners and things that we might need to do. We are also going through The Care and Keeping of You. This is a body book for girls. I also received this, and this is Enjoying Good Health from Becca, and we're just going to, again, go through this of a morning to kind of get in that health information that we need to be covering. And then we also have this logic workbook for gritty kids. This is good for ages 6 through 10. We used this a little bit last year, but we're going to go ahead and finish it up this year, and it has quite a few different activities as far as math puzzles, logic, word games, all sorts of just different things. It's not just one type of logic. So that is kind of our morning extra little resources that we'll be using. All right, up next is science. And this one I actually called an audible on this morning. I ended up switching this up a little bit from what I originally intended. So what we are going to be doing is this is something that she is eventually going to be doing independently, and I only picked up the textbook. So this is something I'm going to be having her read through because, one, it's animals. She's super excited about doing animals, and it's also going to teach her how to take notes and to gather information as she reads it. So this is something that eventually, as the year goes, will be solely given to her and she will handle and take care of. Right now, we're going to be working on it together, learning how to take notes, learning like what information we need to pull out of it. But this is from Apologia, and it is zoology number 3. Now, the two sciences that we are going to be working on together is The Great Science Adventures, Discovering Atoms, Molecules, and Matters. This is kind of like a lab book sort of learning, as well as with some experiments and things like that. So we're going to be doing that. And then we are also going to be doing engineering for every kid. Something I want to work on more this year is getting more hands-on, more experiment type things, and I think this is going to do it. Alex from Homeschool of Bel Air actually hooked me up with this last year, and so I want to use it this year because I think these two are going to go really nicely together, and this is a good way for her to kind of start learning to do science herself, as well as there's no doubt that we will be doing different nature studies and different unit studies sprinkled throughout the year, but these are the main core curriculums that we're going to be working through. All right, now let's go ahead and jump over into language arts. I feel like this is a big one. There's a lot of moving pieces. So first, let's talk about spelling. Okay, we were using Phonetic Zoo a little bit, and then we have been using All About Spelling a little bit. I am going to go ahead and try the color edition of All About Spelling. Brand new to us as far as the color edition. I've used level 1, 2, and 3 of the old edition, but I will definitely be doing a flip through on this. You can see I don't even have it opened yet, but I went ahead and bought the whole packet this year. So this is a huge difference on how big it is. So I will definitely be giving you a flip through on this, and I am planning to rotate these two. One, this can be very, very independent, and there are just weeks where I need that to happen. And by having curriculums that are teacher intensive and independent is really, really lovely. And since we are kind of in that whole done with learning to read stage, I really enjoy All About Spelling for the fact that we continue to practice those phonetic sounds that just continue to build our reading skills. So we are going to be doing All About Spelling level 4 and Phonetic Zoo. All right, I'm going to save writing to the last. So let's look at our typing. So this one is an online program, so I just printed it off so that you could see what it is. It is called Touch, Type, Read, and Spell. This is a paid program, but I really, really enjoy it. All the free ones, it just continued to glitch all of the time, so I felt like it was worth it to spend the money to get a good program, and this is one that we are enjoying a lot. Again, it's completely independent, which is a big plus. Handwriting is something I was struggling to find because I wanted a good cursive program, but I wanted one that the letters of the lowercase had a tail on them. So for example, this C, you start like that. And that is just something that I wanted. And I found this. It is the Daily Handwriting Practice by Evan Moore. And this is called Contemporary Cursive. And that has that little tail. Now it does have the wonky Q that looks like a 2. I don't use that 2 or that Q, excuse me. I don't use that. So I would just have her fix that Q, but everything else is how I wanted it for the most part. So I really like this. I'll be doing a flip through on it because I'm a pretty big fan of it, I think. I really like the way that it's set up. I think it's just quick. It'll be very independent, and it was affordable. So I liked that. But this is handwriting this year. Now we will still do like copy work and things. We will work on our manuscript, but I just also wanted to have a book that was cursive, that continued to teach her and give her good practice for cursive. For grammar, we will be continuing our Fix-It grammar. Now we are at least halfway, maybe a little bit more, because we did pick this up later in the year. We really like this. I foresee that once this is finished, we will just move on to the next level. But this is Fix-It Grammar by IEW. Again, we really, really liked it, and I think we'll probably go to the next one. But this is, we will for sure be finishing up Level 1 Nose Tree. All right, up next is something that was gifted to us, and this is by Common Sense Press. They also gifted us their history, which I forgot to mention, but this is, we used the orange book last year sporadically, but the purple book I think I like even more. I like the concepts that are being taught, but we are enjoying this so far because we have actually already started this one, so I could kind of get a feel for it. But this is the purple book. This is a full-on language arts curriculum. I really enjoy this because it can be very independent, but it just is a little bit of review, a little bit of new stuff. It's just a quick way to get in a little bit of language arts during the day, and it really doesn't take very long at all, and it covers lots: grammar, vocabulary, spelling, reading, composition, research skills, higher order thinking skills. So enjoying the purple book so far, and I will have a flip through coming on this one as well. All right, last up, let's talk about writing. Okay, so I am going to approach writing a little bit different this year in the fact that I'm planning to loop some curriculums. Last year, we added in IAW structure and style. This is really, really good. It is intensive sometimes, and so I kind of want to give her a break from it occasionally, like maybe every other week, something like that. But I don't want to just let writing go to the side. So my plan is to supplement writing with a couple of other curriculums. So while this one will be our main focus, we will also be using writing and rhetoric, which is something that we've had for a few years now, but I feel like it is a better fit right now. So we are using this in combination with writing strands. And so these are going to happen on the off week of structure and style. So that way we're not always doing structure and style, we're not always doing writing and rhetoric, we're not always doing writing strands, but we are always practicing writing. And they all have just a slightly different approach. And I'm hoping by having this kind of looping schedule with them, we're going to find a really good fit for us this year. So that is my hope, is by tying all of these together, that it will be just what we need to really progress with our writing this year. All right, that's our 5th grade year. I am hoping all of this is a success. I will, of course, continue to update you. Be sure that you're following us on Instagram. You can see us on a day-to-day basis of how some of these things are working. Of course, there's more things that we're going to be doing as far as poetry, Shakespeare, things like that. But those are just little extra resources that we'll be using. This is the core curriculum that we'll be using, and I really think most of this is going to be a fantastic fit. Most of it is things that we already know are a fit, so that is great. At this point in our journey, there's some you just know that, oh yeah, it's gonna work again, right? Or it should. But yeah, I'm excited to dive into some new additions and new programs that we haven't really used in the past. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. Again, be sure and hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing any flip throughs. If I already have a flip through on any of these, I'll put them down in the description below. Otherwise, be on the lookout. They'll be coming soon. So thanks for watching. Thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.